Hey friends, welcome to Lotus in the Light. My name's Jennifer. I have a message for you, and I was literally getting ready to walk out the door with my son who's visiting from New Zealand. And he had to run and do something, and I was like, perfect. In my mind, I was thinking perfect because Spirit just inspired me with a message that I really want to share with you. And in fact, I think this could be a series of messages. So let's just start this conversation, see where it goes. And if it turns into a series, it turns into a series. But what I want to talk about as we're heading into the new year, tis the season to start the diets, right? You get through the holidays, you eat all the good stuff, and then come January 1, it's like, okay, time to dust off the old diet or go online and figure out what the new latest fad is. And what I want to say, and this is not going to resonate for everyone because we're all at different energetic frequencies. We're all in different belief systems. We all carry different ideas about the reality that we live in, and we all carry different ideas about who we are as individuals. All those things are going to factor into your vibrational frequency and are going to factor into what you believe is going to work for you to allow you to shed pounds in the new year, or to get healthy, whatever your focus is there. Um, so this may not resonate for you. And if it doesn't, that's fine. Then this message isn't for you. But I would suggest that if you found your way here, it's because you're either at that energetic frequency or you're heading into it, and Spirit is teeing this up to you as a teaser to say, how do we need to think differently in the future? What I would suggest is the only diet that matters isn't one that um, focuses on on the physical things that you can do to lose weight. And I am not discrediting exercise. I think exercise is great and healthy and good and important. I'm not discounting how or what you eat. I think all of that is very important, but I actually think it's less important than the weight that you're carrying on the inside. The outside, our outer body, in fact, our whole outer experience and existence, our whole world around us is just a reflection of what we feel, believe, um, and the burdens that we carry, and the things we believe about ourselves, and the things we put our trust in, and the things we fear. All of that is reflected in the world around us, in the world on the outside, including our physical body. It is merely a reflection of what's going on inside. The moment you start letting go of the things that are weighing you down on the inside, you will start seeing that reflected in your outer body, in your whatever weight you're carrying. Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe you're struggling to put on weight. But whatever that weight is, whatever your diseases are or your ailments are, all of those things are just illustrations painted onto this body to tell the story of what's going on the inside. So as we learn and grow and evolve emotionally, mentally, spiritually, the outside will naturally change to reflect that. And I do mean naturally, meaning it doesn't have to come with forced effort. It doesn't have to come with an exercise regimen or a strict food diet. It will come with I'm craving the right foods for where I am and what I need now. I'm craving the right amount of food. I'm craving the right exercises. It's about listening to your body and listening to your heart, and uh, coming into tune with your true authentic self. We spend most of our life suppressing who we really are and carrying this big old armor of who we think we need to be pleasing to whoever we think we need to please, right? Pleasing to the world, pleasing to our parents, pleasing to our church family, pleasing to our neighbors, pleasing to our coworkers, whatever that is. So I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to do one card, and I'm going to say we are going to start a series. I think there's probably 4 or 5 things that we could break down each into its own little series that these 4 or 5 things so we can talk about them individually, that if you shed these things like um, the need for control, or beliefs that you tell yourself, things that are like putting bricks in your pockets or hanging them around your neck and trying to navigate life. Like these things become heavy. So I think we can break them down one at a time in different shorter little videos. So I'm going to do this, but I'm going to close out now with Spirit Animal Oracle to kind of give us ask Spirit to just give us kind of some inspiration as we head into the new year in general. Maybe to get you thinking about what it is that you might be believing or what narratives you're listening to, who it is you're putting your trust in, what it is you're telling yourself about yourself that you're believing. What else? I mean, there's so many things. All of these things become big, heavy burdens, and they cause us to do things like put on weight to protect ourselves or um, not eat or eat more to comfort foods because we're constantly trying to get some dopamine hit, right? Because we're living in such sadness or sorrow or struggling to get out of bed and do anything physical because we're dealing with sadness and sorrow. What the narratives we keep repeating to ourselves, that becomes very problematic, right? Um, okay, is there a card that's going to press out, or is this not the right deck? I feel like this is the right deck. Let me just look. Maybe what Spirit's saying is there's so much. There's so much. There's so much. Like how do we choose, right? Okay, let's get to the one. Let's get to the one. Oh, there it is. Hummingbird Spirit, be here now. Okay, this breaks down. This is a 34. It breaks down to a 7. This is a direct message from God. I just want you to see how beautiful. Hummingbirds are so beautiful, right? They have so much energy and so much, they just live life. I'm not a hummingbird expert. I'm just telling you what I like observe, they're just enjoying life, um, getting their fill of the sweetness of life. Maybe that's the good way to say it. They're light. They're not heavy, right? Those wings are flattering and they're not being pulled down by the heavy rocks again that we put in our pockets. Like, could you imagine how they could fly, how they would be able to fly and get the exercise and that they need and get to and from the places that they need to get to and from if they were carrying the burdens that we carry? Like they're pretty physically fit in that sense, right? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and read this. Be here now. I like this. As we're heading into a new year. So a lot of times and in fact, one of the things that we need to shed is not getting hung up in the past, right? Let's let the past be the past, let it go. Um, and, and look, look to the future, but also we can't miss the present. We can't miss the now because the now is where life is. This is it. This is the journey. This is the joy. This is what we're here for, the now. Okay, the message is the hummingbird's wings beat so swiftly it can hover in seeming stillness as it drinks deeply from a flower. Hummingbird spirit comes to remind you that the beauty and sweetness of life is in the eternal now, the timeless present. Here and now, you are becoming the person you wish to be, to have the experiences you wish to have. Focus your energy on the flower before you, for what you desire is being provided. Yet there are blossoms everywhere. The choices can be dazzling. Hummingbird Spirit's message is that you have no need to go about in search of something better. For all that you require and desire is before you. You will know this as you become still, feeling your connection with Spirit, who loves you unconditionally and will always provide for you. So just remember that a lot of the things that become heavy burdens that we carry are that lead to the unhealthy that we see on the outside. As we then look to shed what we don't like, the things that we see on the outside that we don't like, and we want to shed that, they're a reminder that there's something on the inside that we don't like and that we need to shed. And so that's where the stillness comes in. But what part of the learning as we heal the inside is that everything we see on the outside is to be loved. There's nothing wrong with what you see on the outside of you. You've been taught that there is, but there isn't. It's all here for you. It's all here to help you and to serve you. Um, and so we have to learn to just love where we are in the now and not look at where we want to be in the future as the goal or as the prize or as the achievement. The achievement is finding the joy in the now and loving yourself in the now. Let me just read this protection message. I think it could be valid. Nectar is everywhere, but Hummingbird Spirit is here to remind you that flying from flower to flower and being all over the place wastes precious energy. Be still. See, this is an opposite message of what you're going to hear in the new year. Get to the gym, do all the hard work, right? Be still. Be here now in the present moment, enjoying the sweetness and sustenance available to you. Focus on one flower today, just one. Nectar is there for you, and Hummingbird Spirit's message is that wherever you put your attention, there your energy flows. So true. Are you focused on the sweetness or on finding something better somewhere else? Always yearning and feeling that life is not enough and you are not enough. You are enough just the way you are. So focus on the sweetness that is within you. Stop and listen to that still small voice, and put your attention on the goodness that you are. Love yourself. Okay, I could go on and on, but let's stop there. I'm going to do a couple of other videos on these things that we can shed in our quote. I hate the word diet. I don't even want to use it, but like to put it in terms of the New Year's diet, right? What is it emotionally that we need to shed that will help us find our greatest health? And I don't just mean physical health, but it includes physical health. Thanks. Peace out.